Rosaline questions Ghislaine about his upcoming journey to the kingdom of Turian. Ghislaine confirms it's an order from the Marquis, which he must obey.
Rosaline expresses concern, noting the war hasn't been over long, making Turian a dangerous place.
Ghislaine, however, believes this mission is a deliberate test.
He muses that they probably want me to prove myself clearly through this mission, hinting at a deeper political game behind his assignment.
Ghislaine expresses surprise at Rosaline's success in involving a priest from a strict order.
Rosaline casually explains that the Wana Order's leader, Mariscal, is quite susceptible to money.
He then thanks Rosaline, acknowledging he's in her debt.
Rosaline appears flustered, beginning to speak but trailing off.
Ghislaine gently takes her hand, bringing it to his lips.
With a tender gaze, he declares, "I only ever wish for your happiness, my lady," solidifying a moment of deep devotion between them. The journey has brought Ghislaine and his companions to the harsh, snowy Shadow Mountain range in the kingdom of Turian.
Through the biting winds, Ghislaine, clad in his knight's suit, leads the way.
Belinda, in her assassination clothes, rides close by, with Kair following behind as they push through the treacherous terrain. Suddenly, Belinda turns to Ghislaine, warning, "Young master.
They're coming."
This signals a clear indication that their mission is about to face its first challenge. Suddenly, the snowy ground erupts as grotesque, wolf-like creatures burst forth, quickly followed by a massive, roaring beast. Ghislaine immediately charges, his sword flashing with purple energy as he cuts down the monstrous attackers from horseback.
Kair fights fiercely alongside him, striking with precision amidst the bloody chaos.
Their mission has clearly begun with a brutal confrontation against this unexpected horde in the frigid mountains, leaving no doubt about the dangers ahead. The brutal confrontation intensifies as Ghislaine charges through the snowy chaos, his purple energy blade expertly carving through the monstrous wolf-like creatures.
He fights with fierce determination from horseback, dominating the fray. Suddenly, Kair's wild laughter echoes through the battle. With a maniacal grin, he shouts, "Ha ha! Come at me, you trash," even as he takes a blow, clearly relishing the brutal combat. The fight is far from over, and their resolve is being severely tested.
The brutal battle continues as Ghislaine fiercely cuts through the monstrous creatures. Lucas, now seen in the thick of it, makes a sarcastic comment to Ghislaine about hooking it into your mouth, implying a strange battle tactic. As the group rides on, Kair complains about the relentless monster attacks they've faced, calling this the lawless wilderness.
Lucas quickly confronts Kair, questioning his bravery for following them. With their destination nearing, Ghislaine tells everyone to get ready. The scene then shifts abruptly to Fenris territory a few days earlier, revealing a grand, imposing castle. Ghislaine casually declares his journey to Turian, Claude and Alfoy joys by saying vacation, and then change the mood to much to the visible shock and frustration. With his departure imminent, Ghislaine entrusts Gillian with managing the territory, specifically instructing him to keep everyone diligent. He then outlines the precarious strategic situation, noting he's stationed troops but remains uncertain of Desmond's next move. Ghislaine anticipates Desmond will likely attack with full force. His final, critical directive to Gillian is unexpected: if Desmond attacks, they must not fight, but retreat. Gillian solemnly accepts the difficult order. Inside the castle, Ghislaine prepares for his journey, instructing Belinda and Lucas to get ready. As they prepare to leave, Kair suddenly steps forward, declaring, "Take me with you too." Alfoy and Claude are visibly surprised, with Claude wondering why Kair is refusing an easy life. Alfoy tries to dissuade Kair, warning him that the destination is dangerous and his skills are mediocre. Ghislaine observes the exchange with a focused gaze, hinting at the challenging road ahead as Kair makes his unexpected demand to join the perilous mission. Inside the castle, a tense moment unfolds as Kair confronts Lucas. Kair declares their last match isn't over yet, warning Lucas that it won't turn out like last time. Lucas simply responds with "oh," acknowledging the challenge with a subtle expression. Meanwhile, Ghislaine speaks with Gillian, who confidently affirms he's more than capable on his own to manage the territory. Satisfied, Ghislaine then gives a direct command to Kair, telling him to follow me as they prepare to depart, signaling the start of their perilous journey to the snowy mountains. Ghislaine, Belinda, and Lucas, along with Kair, arrive at a formidable castle gate amidst the snowy peaks. The heavy doors of the Shadow Mountain Range fortress, Ironcliff, slowly open to admit them. Inside the imposing stronghold, Ghislaine surveys the assembled soldiers, his gaze sharp and focused. Later, he stands with Lucas on a high rampart, looking out at the vast, frigid landscape. Their arrival signifies a crucial step in their perilous mission, establishing their foothold in this dangerous territory. After their perilous journey, Ghislaine, Belinda, Kair, and Lucas find themselves in a grand, somewhat desolate hall.
Belinda remarks, "Humph," acting all dramatic, while Lucas notes the place hasn't changed.
Below, Kair and Lucas are already bickering, with Ghislaine telling Kair, "Enough. Don't start a fight first."
They soon learn they must register at a hunter's guild, prompting Belinda to complain about the troublesome process given their royal mission.
Ghislaine, however, calmly explains, "The rules here are like that," as they enter the imposing guild building to comply.
At the Hunters Guild, Ghislaine introduces himself as the Baron of Fenris, stating they've arrived to aid the Turian royal family.
However, the guild official quickly asserts that noble status holds no sway here, declaring everyone equal.
Ghislaine appears surprised, but official quietly advises against making unnecessary enemies. The official explains that Turian knights merely maintain the fortress, and hunters must resolve their own problems, only needing to refrain from killing.
Kair finds this ridiculous, yet when Lucas asks if Ghislaine agrees, he calmly responds, "I agree," accepting the guild's strict terms.
Ghislaine receives a special token from the guild official, who explains it grants permission to hunt anywhere in the Shadow Mountain range and reminds him to carry it. With a subtle smile, Ghislaine accepts, and the hooded official bids him to enjoy your time as he departs. Walking away, Belinda expresses her frustration, questioning why they're treated this way despite being there to help. They're then greeted by an Ironcliff knight who asks if they've just finished registering as hunters. Ghislaine simply responds, "Who knows," hinting at the layers of their true purpose. Inside the Hunters Guild, Ghislaine's group is met with a stern reception. Kair member brusquely tells them, "Get lost. We're busy." The hooded guild official, with a subtle smirk, then introduces himself as part of a cooperative under Donkard, the king of Ironcliff. Kair, ever the cynic, questions Donkard, and remarks on an idiot playing king. He then pushes back, asking, "So what if this is our first time here?" The white-haired member explains hunters maintain order since the knights are inactive. Finally, the official reveals that paying a very small association fee will allow them to hunt without pointless disputes, essentially charging for smooth operation. The tense atmosphere inside the Hunters Guild continues. Kair angrily confronts the white-haired guild official, questioning their attempts to extort money. Ghislaine intervenes, calmly advising Kair that in a lawless city like this, one must adapt to new places. The official seems to recognize Ghislaine's understanding, suggesting they avoid bad blood since they'll be seeing each other often in Ironcliff. However, this moment of potential de-escalation is brutally cut short as a fist suddenly smashes into the guild member's face, splattering blood and igniting a new, violent conflict. The confrontation immediately escalates as Ghislaine launches a swift, decisive strike, purple energy flashing around him. The ensuing impact signals a clear message: here, it's fists over words. The white-haired guild member, despite the blow, maintains a challenging smirk, embodying the grim philosophy that the strong are justice. Ghislaine, in his knight suit, looks on with a confident, almost defiant expression, ready to prove his might in this tumultuous environment.